COVID-19 has presented some really difficult challenges for all of us, but the hospitality industry in particular has been hit pretty hard. Maura Gast joins me with news on where we are right now and some fun ways that we can all help. Hey, Maura, good to see you.
Hey, Kathy, good to be seen.
It is not a far leap to guess that the hospitality industry worldwide is one of the hardest hit with the COVID-19 fallout. But where are we
Absolutely.
now? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's been devastating. It's not like the industry chose to close. The industry was closed, and it was closed in waves and phases around the country and around the world. So, several words that I hate: unprecedented, new normal, pivot. But I just don't. There's no better way to deal with where we are right now. So that's kind of what's happening. We had a number of our hotels closed for several months on their own and are reopening. We've had a number of restaurants that certainly were closed. Many of which have been reopened. Many of them have had to really reinvent themselves for takeout to really get through these times. And it's not necessarily things they were physically set up to do. And even when capacities were increased, although briefly up to 75%, most of our restaurants couldn't get to 75% capacity because once you factor in the 6-foot spacing, social distancing requirements, it just physically wasn't possible. So most of our restaurants have been operating at 50% or less capacity regardless, and have taken, what vacant space they can inside the restaurant, proper inside the seating area, to stage to go programming. So it's just been a really big challenge. There's been a lot of work with the Texas Restaurant Association and the governor's office to make sure that the rules, if you will, for takeout have become incredibly flexible. So allowing people to order a bottle of wine or a mixed drink or any of those things with their meals to go has really been a lifesaver for a number of our restaurants.
Well, when you think about the fact that we absolutely must physically distance so that we can get these numbers whipped into shape where they need to be, you don't necessarily, I had a psychologist on another show say, let's call it physical distancing. Let's still be social in ways that we can. So being able to have a virtual happy hour, for example, has been a really good thing, at least in my house, I'll say that.
Well, I think, from a mental health standpoint, absolutely. We are social creatures. Even the introverts among us are social creatures. And as humans, we want to be with other humans. And I think we're all accepting that this is the right now, having to do things via the Brady Bunch screen. But I think everybody would say this is a necessary evil, and it's certainly effective in the short term. But I think we all agree that there's just nothing like face-to-face. Whatever the occasion is, there is nothing like face-to-face.
Yeah, unfortunately, and that is absolutely the case. Yeah. But, we soldier on. And one of the things that I know about my friends in the hospitality industry, and from the time that I was actually working as wait staff when I was in college and such, is that hospitality industry folks are resilient people and creative people. I love some of the things that our local hotels are doing. Can you talk about some of the staycation
Absolutely.
opportunities?
And it's one of the great challenges and pretty much candidly, Kathy, the only opportunity we have right now, because groups are not traveling or meeting, or for the most part are not being allowed to, or have chosen to go to a digital meeting for the current year. And whatever association you're part of is in the process of punting right now, especially if they had a meeting, anywhere from March through October of this year. So, we can't force group travel to happen, and we can't force corporate business travel to happen, which has really been Irving's bread and butter. So, and while we can't force this concept of staycations, it is the one part of the market that's willing to travel. So it's folks like you and me who are getting a little stir fever and cabin crazy, or cabin fever and stir crazy. That's what it is. In our own four walls, that might be looking for a different four walls to spend a weekend at, where they can still be assured of being in a safe and responsible environment. And that's really where our hotels in Irving, they're getting that staycation. So locals or near locals, drive market, folks willing to get a little away, but don't want to be in the middle of a big crowd. And that's where our Irving hotels are finding some opportunities right now.
Well, that's wonderful. I know that you've got some staycations deals on the website, and that's at irvingtexas.com. I think /blog, but we'll have the
go to the blog section. You see the little blog button at the top of the screen, and then when you see the blog bar as you go in there, you can see there's right on the tab with all the categories. It shows staycations, and we've got a roundup there.
Fantastic. So we will encourage everybody to go to that website and take a look at some of the staycation deals that we've got
and those
right
staycations
here.
don't have to be on the weekends. Those can be in the middle of the week right now too. Ordinarily the middle of the week would be a really difficult time to get in one of Irving's hotels because we're usually full and sold out with business travelers, and not only sold out, but sold out at a pretty premium rate. So you've got a lot of options here right now for weekday and weekends from a wide range of hotels. And you can get a little taste of Irving and take advantage of, somebody else taking care of the dishes and the laundry and all of that for a weekend, and just get a little getaway.
Absolutely, and just a little bit of time to decompress right here in our hometown. Maura, thank you so much for sort of filling us in. We absolutely wish you guys over there at CVB the best, and all of our local hoteliers and restaurateurs. We're hanging in here for you. We'll be
Thanks,
spotlighting.
Kathy. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Maura. We'll be spotlighting some of our local hotels and upcoming shows, so stay tuned.